Hey, I'm Ansel Burch.
I'm Ben Banks.
I'm Sarah Moore.
And it's
Time to Party!
We are not doctors. We don't give medical advice. Please drink responsibly. Today's episode was recorded on July 1st, 2025.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, guys, we did it. We made it to the third episode, the edutainment section. Everyone's favorite lazy river of information and mild inspiration. It's going to be like going to that fun museum you kind of remember as a kid. Made you think, you know what would be cool? Pillars like that on all of the buildings that I imagine from this point forward. You know, that's where museum comes from, was the idea was you were just going to put things in a place to inspire ideas. That's why muse is in the name.
Muse.
Really? I did not know that.
I love that. I love museums.
Yeah. The more you know, we're learning so much.
Ba, 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 ba. See, it's already starting.
It's already starting. Also, I met Ansel at the museum.
That's
We
true.
both worked at the museum.
Which,
Love
I will be
them.
honest with you, is the one I was thinking about when I was talking about pillars just a second ago. Those
Yeah,
caryatids on the outside of MSI. But yeah, we go way back to the museum time.
That sounds like we're like 1,000.
Yeah.
Back when they invented museums.
It
That's
was
when we
it was
met
a
each
new
other.
thing, and you guys
I bet
got on the ground
there's
floor.
leavings of the two of us in that museum.
Yeah. Yeah. We invented museums, is really what happened together.
That just
So
sort of
you're
formed
welcome,
around
world.
us, like an
Yeah.
exoskeleton. Have you been back recently, by the way?
The last time I was back, I always go to Christmas Around the World because I love Christmas. And so every year we go to Christmas Around the World. So that was the last time I was there.
It is
Yeah.
wild how much it's changed.
Yeah. Well, you left before Jeff came back that second time. My partner, Jeff, was back in there as a manager of one of the teams. And you were gone by the time he came back in. And so they did a big restructure there, I think, after you had already left.
Did they? Again? Oh, well, there you go.
They just kept
yeah.
changing things.
Hey, you know, they did that every couple of years, so
Yeah.
hey,
Yep. Always a big
they'll
restructure.
find something that works. Yeah, right? We're going to change how the teams work. We're going to change what we call them. We're going to still treat them like children.
Reorganize. Hooray!
Sounds good.
Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We are once again talking about A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, an incredible 1949 film featuring Bing Crosby and some of the highlight actors of the age that I think most of us have forgotten. Like Rhonda Fleming that's not a name that meant anything to me before this film.
No.
William Bendix, Mervyn Vai, the guy who played the king, Cedric Hardwicke, apparently big deal. Never heard of him.
In the credits, he was Sir Cedric.
Why
So I was
not?
like, wow, he is a big deal. Look at him.
Yes, Sir Cedric Hardwicke. Yeah, played Babyface Nelson. Or no, he played in
Amazing.
Babyface Nelson. He played Doc Sanders.
Wild.
Yeah, he goes way back. Earliest credit, 1913. That guy is old enough that he remembers when the time traveler was supposedly
When it was set in it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
He was also a consultant on the film.
Put that in perspective.
Man.
He was just building guns with his anvil as well, I'm
he
sure.
was Caesar in George Bernard Shaw's Caesar and Cleopatra.
Storied history.
A lot of big names in this movie, but only one of them we remember, and that's Bing Crosby. But yeah, excellent film. We enjoyed it. If you want to hear our feelings about it and the ways that we think you would enjoy it more, check out our drinking and smoking rules in episode 1 and our review in episode 2. But we're not talking about that stuff today. Today, we are talking about the weird thing that stood out to us and made us go, I kind of want to Google that for 5 minutes and then talk about it. And so here
Hell
we
yeah.
are with a lazy river of edutainment, a shallow dive into the thing that made us a little curious. And we have not discussed prior what we are talking about. So something that Ben, our other usual co-host Ben Silverio, likes to do is sometimes go through and talk about the things that didn't make the cut. Did you guys have any ideas that didn't make it onto your research list, or did you just nail it in one? You were like, yeah that.
There was a smoking gun that kind of stood out for the rest of the movie that I had my eye on.
I thought about doing some early car stuff, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna do something else. And I went weird and meta with it, so you're welcome.
Oh,
I'm excited for that. I had a couple pretty obvious ones. I did think about doing safety pins. I thought about just doing blacksmithing, just a general history of blacksmithing. I found it very hard to make that concise and shallow. There's just a lot of it that kept happening.
Yeah.
And I thought about magnets as well, although we just covered Terminator Genesis, and my edutainment for that one was electromagnets. So it feels a little too soon for me to do magnets again.
Like, I didn't even have to re-Google. I'm just telling you the same information as I did in the other episode.
Yes.
Stop in there.
Just remember, kids, if they say solenoid, they just mean electromagnet.
That's right.
Well, now that we've covered what we didn't do the research on, what did we do the research on? Who would like to get started? Or would you like to pimp me
I can
to go
weird
first?
and meta.
Let's do it.
So one of the things that I love about movies from this time period is the opening title cards.
Oh.
So I did a little bit of research about when those shifted away from doing that and like, you know, the sort of the transition at that time. Opening title cards were really around during like golden age of Hollywood, 1930s to like roughly 1960s. And it was truly because they wanted everyone to see all of the people who had worked on the film and to celebrate them. Because now that, like, I really feel like it's kind of why people have post-credit scenes now, is because then you will stay through all of the credits at the end of the film and you will be able to see all of the people who worked on it. And granted, it's a lot more people who work on it now than did back in the studio system. The first film to have only post-credits like no opening credits, no opening title cards was Around the World in 80 Days in 1956, followed shortly by West Side Story in 1961. And then it was at that time that they kind of shifted everything so that you didn't have those big, beautiful opening title cards. That's when you get the like in Fabulous Technicolor, in VistaVision, and whatever it is, because those companies would pay for it, and then if you were the big name in the film, then you got to have your name on its own title card up in the front, and that was a thing that a lot of big stars negotiated to have. Yeah, that's my little weird.
I wonder if they saved on salary by negotiating into the opening titles.
I mean, probably. Like, if your name is close enough to the front, everybody's gonna really get it, you know. And it also gave us an opportunity to have that like first orchestral version of whatever the theme is for the movie. I am a big nerd when it comes to movies, and I'm married to somebody who is an even bigger nerd about movies, and so it didn't take a lot of Googling for me to figure out about this, but I just, you know, I think because I've spent this whole series talking about how much I love the old movies, I was like, I feel like I gotta old movie it as opposed to, well, that's right. That's what I did.
Yeah, that's lovely. That's fantastic. Any other fun facts that came up along the way that you wanted to share?
Yeah, one of the things that was really interesting is that the brief Googles kept talking about how the modern movies that have something that is considered to be like this is the James Bond series.
Yeah, the opening sequences.
Oh, sure.
And the Pink Panther movies, because they have like an opening music sequence. that you don't usually get. And one that I could think of that like sort of led me down that path was also, I don't know if you guys have seen Baby Driver by Edgar Wright, but that is something that has this sort of opening sequence as well.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's cool as heck. All right, Ben, do you want to go next or shall I?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. So, and watch this movie, seeing Ben Crosby just hammer out a gun on his anvil with a polished wooden handle and everything with bullets. I was like, what? So I looked it up. And
Where did he get the gunpowder?
Yeah, that was what I looked up. So gunpowder originated in the Tang Dynasty in the 9th century, and they didn't perfect it until about the 11th or 12th century. So it was a long time because what the movie takes place when they go to Arthur's time, like 530. Yeah, 537. So it wasn't nearly ready at that point. And then it was actually the Mongolians. They had gunpowder and they traded it with the Europeans. The first known writing about gunpowder in Europe is in 1267. So they had it, and then it was around the 13th or 14th century that they really perfected it, and they had guns ready to start fighting, and that phased out the old swords and everything. So they were ready for the modern war at that point. But yeah, I was just like, wow, he is really jump-starting the timeline because in the year 537, whatever, they weren't ready for such things. But yeah, it was really interesting.
When they were doing that tour at the beginning and he was like, it was a bullet hole. Like, I was like, oh no.
I need to rewatch it, but does he call out like the kind of bullet it was?
He just says it's because
I feel like I remember him saying like it was
because the tour guide says it was an iron-tipped arrow, and Bing's like, it was a bullet.
Yeah.
And they're like, they didn't have those back then. It was an iron-tipped arrow, and he's like, it was a bullet.
No, I promise you.
Yeah. And then
he was so insufferable
like,
during that scene.
With that same problem.
Just
they'd be the worst.
Yeah. As someone who has given tours at a museum, like having somebody like think they know better and like correcting you during it, you're just like, okie dokie, shut up.
Yeah, I worked at a kids museum in high school, and that would be so annoying when other parents would be like, oh, so you mean like, I'm like, I got to tell you the basic facts that my little cue card says. We don't need to go over and above.
I have a script that I am following. Please stop.
If I tell you the real thing, I get fired, okay?
You do not want to know what I am thinking right now.
But yeah, no, that's opening scene was funny just because like these are just people that work there. Even when he like rolls up and he talks to the guard, he's like, did that always have like 4 turrets up there? Like, dude, he just works there. He doesn't know. He doesn't care. Yeah. Let the man stand there. And then the poor tour guide is just leading people along.
It's been 7 centuries.
They can add stuff.
I mean, it's a good way to establish
and then they just let him go that he's seen it. But, like, they just let him go talk to the dude. What are you... Yeah. Who just lets you in to this guy's bedroom?
Apparently, when you're Bing Crosby, you can go wherever you want.
You know?
He does that throughout the film, where he's just like, nah, guys, I'm going over here. This is all cute, but...
Yeah, even when the king is getting ready in his dressing room with his gown that is too short... he just pulls apart the 2 halberds and walks straight on in.
Just walks
Most
in.
ineffective guards ever. And then abducts the king. Let us not forget. That man leaves with the king.
Yeah. And he also walks up on Sandy
this man who has built
Lancelot's
a gun.
home. Oh, Bing.
He's got game, that
it's
one.
rough.
He does have game. Too much, in fact.
Too much game.
Yeah. I have a similarly shallow dive on my topic.
Yeah.
What interested me about this was the prison that they get put in has a lock on the door. And the lock on the door, the key situation, and the like, nothing about it made any practical sense. But on top of that, I was thinking, I don't know that prisons with locks had been invented yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was where I started, was like, okay, when did we start putting locks on prisons? Because for a long time you were just sort of like being held in a place. The lock might have been on you if there was a lock.
Mm-hmm.
So I did a quick search into the history of locks, and they go way back. Apparently, there are examples in ancient Egyptian architectural examples. There are ancient Assyrian locks and locks in the ruins of Nineveh. So they go like way, 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 way back. But the lock, like we think of, is an 18th century invention. So the Industrial Revolution is what gave us the more precise locks that could have keys that are really specific to a lock and could be mistaken for a key to a different lock. Frequently prior to then, the lock and the key were made by the same person, and keys were mostly variable on like size and shape and the handle style and all of that. They would have looked very similar to one another just because of the level of complexity inside was pretty limited. So the lock that we think of goes back to the 18th century. But it is actually plausible that there would have been a lock on the gate to King Arthur's dungeons back then. Because the interesting thing that I caught is that, so locks go way, way back, right? There are wooden locks and other door fixtures like that. But the warded lock, which is what we would recognize as a lock and key, was a new invention in the 870s. So that specific invention was just a little bit like a few centuries later than this movie is set. But still not like ridiculously off.
I didn't even think about it like that.
And they were invented in England.
Wow. It was a prototype. And a visionary working.
Yeah. It's because they kept putting people in jail. That's what it was. They were like, they had, all these people have done bad things, and we need a way to. We don't have enough people to watch them and stop them from getting away. Yeah. So,
and they hadn't invented Australia yet, so
not yet.
Yeah, they were still
give it a little bit more time.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Also, so that's just a little bit of history on locks.
Didn't they try to sell the king as a slave?
They did.
Did I black out during that part of the movie?
No.
And
try nothing.
Like Bing Crosby's character was like really into it. He was like excited that he was fetching a good price.
The king was mad that he wasn't getting a good price.
That he seemed. Yes.
Yeah, but then I was like, that is the most like privileged white dude response. Like, oh my God, I am worth a lot of money.
Thanks.
I was like, what are you doing? What is happening here?
He's also capable of way too much excitement on the chopping block right before getting executed.
Yeah, and those people loved a good execution. They were cheering every time you hear the axe go down. Yeah, but I did.
I feel like that was maybe accurate, though. That was like an accurate thing. Like, people did love to go out for executions, from what I understand.
That is what I hear. Yeah. I don't know how much like historical evidence we have for that, but it is true that it was a spectator sport, and it did take us a long time to invent television. So
just everybody's bored. Let's go see somebody get chopped.
Yeah, I guess.
Chopping time.
That's the drama.
Yeah.
The drama of it.
Humans are awful. Just as a group.
Yeah.
Just bad.
by and large and over the course of history, we have not acquitted ourselves well.
We have not. Damn.
But we make neat stuff like gunpowder and locks and movie title cards.
And guns with that you can just make on an anvil. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
It's so easy.
Well, this has been a lovely shallow dive into our respective curiosities. And friends at home, I hope that you have enjoyed our coverage of Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court. I hope it has inspired you to go out and check out this classic film, get to know some great Hollywood actors of yesteryear who probably have escaped your notice up until now if you're like us. And, you know, if you liked this movie, if you didn't like this movie, if you just need to talk about something or share your confusion about the fact that Bing Crosby was excited about how much you sold for on the auction block, you can go ahead and find us on the internet. We are easy to communicate with. Ben, where's a good place to find you?
On Instagram and SoundCloud at DJ_BLNDN.
And by the way, personal endorsement of Ben's SoundCloud. Some good shit on there.
Seconded.
How about you, Sarah? Where can people find you?
You can find me all over the internet at Pixies and Pins, and my website is pixiesandpins.com, and my Patreon is also Pixies and Pins, and I'm posting weird ramblings on there. So, come on over.
Come on over. We got some weird stuff. Do you like weird shit? We got weird shit.
Oh, yeah.
You into weird shit? I am your brand. Here we go.
This is Sarah. She'll make it weird.
I will.
And I am available all over the internet at The Indecisionist on Instagram, Facebook, Hive, Bumble, Yowza, whatever, Blue Sky. Mostly Blue Sky. I'm mostly on Blue Sky. And this has been an Indecisionist production. Special thanks to April Moralba for our podcast art and to Marlon Loggett of Marlon and the Shakes for our amazing theme song. If you would like to get involved in the conversation and you're on a social media platform that uses hashtags, you can use the hashtag #Time2Party. That's time, the number 2 party. We did it. We did it, friends. We made it to the end of another amazing film.
We did it.
We did.
Yeah. And boy, what a wonderful time to chat with the two of you about this. As a reminder, friends at home, we are all part of another podcast from Indecisionist Productions called For the Time Being, where you can hear these two playing their incredible time-traveling characters. Elena Rhodes, the 1940s from Hollow Earth film character, or star, I should say, and Mason Rockwell, the 1970s hard-bitten cop who's falling through time on a drunken bender. Truly incredible characters. Hopefully you'll be able to come out and check that out. It is available wherever fine podcasts are downloaded. Until next time, friends.
Be excellent to each other.
Party on,
dude.
Ooh, I love it.
We're all doing it. Everybody says it.
Welcome, adventurers from across time and space. 5 creators have been brought together from across the internet for one purpose and one purpose alone: to travel through time and have a good time doing it. When big changes happen to the timeline, the change attracts other time travelers like gravity. They won't be able to move past it until they fix whatever was messed up. So our heroes are stuck together, but only for the time being.
You're saying the secret part out loud.
I think that she is fine.
Okay, because you were both screaming. She was screaming, you were also screaming.
And you have brought it here, and you are the one who is effing up the timeline.
My hand is definitely still a little covered in blood, my weird hand.
Do you scream when he screams?
Yeah, absolutely.
For the Time Being, a new actual play podcast from Indecisionist Productions, playing the Mavericks system, available wherever fine podcasts are downloaded.